talk quickly through MSW diversion through a pig farm or food scraps. The committee has three goals, obviously: increase recyclables, reduce solid waste, and then get everybody's support. And one proven way to reduce solid waste is remove solid waste from the stream. And I brought some stuff last time. Maureen has it now, and I'm just going to kind of go through this quickly. But we actually have results in Connecticut or in New London for a diversion to a pig farm from here to Ciccarelli Farm in Waterford. They started their program last September in 2017, so we actually have a year of data. And I will pass these, or it's in your sheet, but here's a, if you want to just pass that around so everybody can see it. So I'm just going to read a couple things in support of diversion food.
You need a sheet?
Yes.
So
Thank you.
there was a waste characterization study done in 2010, and it basically said about 13.2% of our MSW is food waste, and then in 2015 it increased to about 25%. When David Aldridge was here, he said he guessed it was between 20 and 40% is food waste in our MSW. Generally speaking, 80% of that 20 to 40 is water. So we're really moving water from here to Preston. It's not all that exciting to do.
Expensive.
It is expensive to move water around, which I don't think we need to do. If we can get it out, all the better. In 1980, Ronald Reagan signed the Swine Health Protection Act into law, and it prohibits the feeding or the permission to feed or of garbage to swine unless such garbage has been treated to kill disease organisms in accordance with regulations issued by the Secretary of Agriculture or the Chief Agricultural or Animal Health official of a state within agreement with the Secretary. In order to get MSW to a pig farm, after they get it, the food scraps will have to be heated or brought up to a boiling point within 30 minutes, and it'll be kind of moved around while they're cooking. There's two methods to do that at a pig farm. One is through direct flame, and the other is through steam. At our local pig farm, they use steam method. I don't know if other ones use fire, but steam seems to be what we do. One of the issues with diverting food is liability. I'll just read what our state says. Preventing liability of donating food to feed animals is not covered under the federal bill Emerson Good Samaritan Act, and therefore businesses that donate food to feed animals are not protected from liability under federal law. Under Connecticut law, food donors are only protected from liability when they are donating food to nonprofits and when they believe that food is fit for human consumption. Therefore, donating food scraps to feed animals likely would not be protected from liability under state law. Thus, businesses distributing food to feed animals must ensure their practices are not negligent and align with federal and state laws applicable to distributing food to feed animals. We currently use this program within our school system. There's 7 schools, 5 of them produce food, and at each school there's a 55-gallon drum, or oil barrel essentially. When it's 3/4 full, Ciccarelli Farm comes and they pick it up, they transport it to their farm, they steam it, they replace the barrel, the process goes along and along. Ciccarelli Farm is one of 3 farms in the entire state that are licensed. We're lucky we have one. They've been in business since 1911, and they're looking to expand. I'm not sure what their expansion would look like. I haven't got that far yet. The contract with their pig farm is started in September of 2017, and Jonathan, who's the owner, says of the program so far, the program is a success in my opinion, and I think the folks that I work with in regards to the city would say the same. So if we go to the little chart I handed out, I might have handed them off. You can kind of see how many barrels they pick up at our schools throughout the year, from September to August. And so for each barrel, we pay them $5 a barrel to remove it from our schools. And it does sound a little odd that we repay them, but every 7 barrels equals a ton. And if we were to remove it into our solid waste, it would be $58 a ton to transport out of the city. Instead, every 7 barrels at $5 is $35, or we're saving $23, and we're not incurring gas, labor, wear and tear on the truck. So we're essentially saving $23 per ton, plus all the other aspects of removing solid waste.
And
So
the cost is per barrel, not per weight.
right,
For them,
it's per barrel. So it's $5 per barrel, and if you go through the contract, if food is contaminated, it's $10 per barrel. We have not had any contamination, and we control that to a degree by food scraps only come from within the kitchen and not from students, children, adults scraping food into barrels, that type of thing. So it's possible we could expand it to the kids. I've got kids of my own, I'm not sure I trust them to not drop a fork, a napkin, or whatever to contaminate the barrel. Obviously, be better to pay $5
This one
versus
was back
10.
September of last year.
September of 2017.
So based on this invoice here, we've almost doubled from what first September was.
It depends. You have
No, I
to.
mean, yeah, it's 20, 60 barrels versus, I think you're showing on September of last year, 40 somewhere.
Right, and each month, obviously, because the school will differ a little bit with the schools. June and July, there's
Yeah.
food only at one school, the high school. So, and then December into January, we don't have school. So it ebbs and flows. Overall, though, they picked up 578 barrels, which came out to 86.7 tons, which saved New London $2,000 just in tipping fees in the first year. I mean, it's not a ton of money, but if it expands out further, it would help New London